15 years, 18 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We started working on film companies, production companies. I remember, I mean, since Rishi Kapoor is a close friend of mine, I can say, and most names I don't want to mention because of the privacy reasons. This was the RK Films, which was started by Mr. Raj Kapoor, the Rishi, Randeep and Rajiv's father. And he just came and met me and said that we want to do the shoot in US. And I think their first movie was that time, Ab Laut Chale. Let's go back home. That's an English translation of that.
Okay.
And they were here for about 3 months, and then they did a nice movie. It was shot in, and that was the start. And after that, many other producers came. As you know today, that I would say maybe 75–80% of all the Bollywood production companies, the concerts that we do, they are our clients, and we thank them all. And most of them, you know them anyway. So let's go to this question again. I mean, this is just about background.
Yeah. What visas would you look at for this individual?
This individual is a P3.
Yeah.
He's not coming for a shooting. They are coming for a performance.
Okay.
And P3 is a unique. And sometimes the immigration service also raises a question: how is it culturally unique? So we always provide some information that how the program is culturally unique.
Okay.
So yes, the answer is that a petition has to be filed here in the United States with Immigration Service, USCIS.
Okay.
And what is to go with a petition? First of all, you have all the information, complete names, date of birth, all the information about each individual member of the group. And what is going to do, like a music, you can say a flute guy makes, sings the flute, and then a drum guy plays the drum and the harmonium.
Sitar.
Each person we got to identify, and the dancers will do the dance. Every person that is on the stage, we do a P3 main petition. There are 2 petitions in most cases. Any person that is not going to be on the stage, in the background, like a sound engineer, like a manager, like a accompanying person, a separate petition is filed, P3 ESP, the essential service person. So the 2 separate petitions. Time, documents, you got to give an itinerary. You got to give the copies of the contracts between the artist and the promoter. Then sometimes the main promoter has a contract with the local promoters. They want to see auditorium contract. There are a lot of documentations have to go. Once all that is done, packaged, we send it to several unions. There are several unions depending on who the artists are and all that. Then the unions will then look at that and will give advisory opinion. In our language, you can say no objection certificate.
Exactly.
Once we have that, then we file the petition with the Immigration Service. How long? If you are in a rush, you do a premium processing, you pay about $1,225 or $250 for each petition. So the cost is going to increase because normal petition filing fee, plus you have to pay for the unions, plus you have to pay for the premium processing. Sometimes say, oh, but I have a very small group, little group only of 10–12 people, small Gujarati drama is 5–6 plus our fee, all that adds up to maybe $7–8,000. But unfortunately, that is the way to go because that's the law, that's how it goes. So, okay, so you are lucky. We did all that work, your petition is approved now. You say, then my people go to council and he will. He said, he will issue the visa. I said, not necessarily, because the council officer has the discretion. He's going to go through all the papers, ask a lot of questions. And there are sometimes reasons that sometimes entire group is denied. Because they find even one person who doesn't belong there, they say you are trying to smuggle this person, the whole group is out of the window. Sometimes there will be only question about 1 or 2 people in section 214B, they think this person doesn't have a strong background, he may not come back. So that could be denied. And it's basically something I want to emphasize again and again, that it is always a good idea to go through a good lawyer who knows what to do, how to do, and give you guidance right from the time of preparation, filing, until the issuance of visas. And David was with me this time in India. We went around, we introduced to some of the big film production companies, and we understand. We went just to see also their operation, the way they work, how they do all that thing, which is also helps us in understanding our client's needs, our client's what he needs to do and what we need from him.
Exactly. Well, Michael, just getting back to the question from the viewer, I'm going to challenge you to think about this as possibly an O1B type of a scenario too, because the individual is coming to do a performance and it is artistic in nature. I guess it's borderline
sorry,
O or P.
let me
Yeah.
just go back.
Yeah.
This is your question, I'll come back.
Yeah,
You
no
reminded me of something I missed.
Good. Okay.
On the shooting, they're always on the film shootings.
Uh-huh.
They want to know the locations, they want all the information. There are two petitions to be filed always, O1 and O2.
Right.
You always have to have one person who's outstanding, very well renowned. They want to see how successful the film production was, the background of how many awards the person has gone and all
Right.
that. So
Extraordinary ability.
extraordinary. So for example, we do I always look at the list of the people and I talk to the company producer, who is the O1 going to be, and I explain him what is. So is it Shah Rukh Khan? Okay, I'll make him O1. Salman Khan, Preeti Zinta, Priyanka Chopra. Like these are the actors, kind of actors that are well renowned, and it's easy for me to give the tons of documents, get that approved. O2 are all other people, other actors, other musicians.
But they're the individuals who are coming to support that person who is extraordinary.
Correct.
Right.
Now this O1, now the little twist here. Now David is going to go on the same O1 category, but in a different way for different type of peoples, not necessary O1 coming for a film production and shooting. Now you're
Right. Well, there's O1, which Michael explained is for individuals with extraordinary ability. That's O1A. There's also a sub division within the O1 classification called O1B. And those are for individuals who don't necessarily, they're not extraordinary per se, but these are individuals who have some form of distinction. So for example, if you have an individual who's been written up in the media, if you have an individual who has fairly well known, if they're in the newspapers, they've traveled around, done some shows, and whether it's cultural or not cultural is not really that relevant. Obviously, this seems to be something cultural in nature, but it doesn't necessarily have to be cultural. So O1Bs could be used for individuals who are, let's say, documentarians, individuals who are people who are culinary artists, people who are jewelry, individuals who make jewelry, for example, designers of clothing. Those are O1B types of cases. And these are individuals who have distinction in their field.
Yeah, but remember, recently we did which is interesting, surprising, interesting, of a chef. Now
Yes.
people, listen.
Culinary
people
artist.
Say, most lawyers will say chefs are not O1. Most lawyers may say.
O1A, I would agree.
O1B,
But
I'm saying,
yeah.
O1B.
No, O1B.
We did. I'm saying that.
Yeah,
I'm just
I've
mentioning.
done several chefs
Yeah.
O1B.
We're working on a
Yeah.
bartender's case.
Yes.
Bartender's case. And then the question was in my mind, bartender mixes the drinks. Outstanding, extraordinary ability. So when we talked to this bartender, we know that he said, how many vodkas the way we can serve? I said, maybe 2, 3 different, 4 ways. What else? He says 45 different ways I can make a vodka. And then we went through the whole background. And
Well, yeah, but Michael, you're leaving out one important question, one important issue, and that is that this quote-unquote bartender is really an extraordinary mixologist, has won numerous awards throughout Europe, and has his own book. So that is distinction.
This
Yeah.
is subject and maybe other questions, but we are running out of time today. And hopefully next Saturday, 1 p.m., when you watch this program on TV Asia, we'll bring to you more answers to some of your questions and more latest information. And thank you very much for watching the program. David, thank you also.
Thank you, Michael. Next week with a cup of Madras coffee, right?
Sure, of course, of course.
Thank you, viewers.